So this panel has already been prepped up here. What we're going to use is a Brakin graphene. This is the base coat. So what we did here, we gave it a quick wet sand with 3000 grit Rupes 15mm throw. Wiped it all down, went over it with the Rupes medium pad with the Labos Cosmetica heavy cut. Then we topped it off with the Fiero and a super fine polish. So what you're going to do with the Brakin coatings is you're going to drop the base coat down like this until you get it nice and wet. You're going to work back and forth like this. Generally 2-foot squares at a time. Make sure you get a nice even coverage on it, back and forth. Then you'll give her a second. This coating, you don't need to sit there and let it flash off for 5 minutes, a minute. You can almost immediately go and wipe her down. When she's done, make sure you got no high spots in her. Work your edges in. Give her a nice little buff quickly. Now these are professional grade coatings, but they're easy enough to apply for do-it-yourself at home. Now this truck we hit a moose with, so it's a perfect example of how to lay the coatings to her. Just lay her on nice and generous. Make sure you got even coverage back and forth. Then you give her a second again. Fold your microfibers in 4. I like to use the plush side of them. Go to town, buff her off. The reason I did all the prep on this, the more prep you do, the longer your coatings are going to last. You have to polish them right out. Guess you don't, but you'll get a way better adhesion, way better performance out of your coatings. That there is as quick as the base coat goes down. The base coat's going to give you a ton of scratch resistance, abrasive resistance to it. Lock in your shine that you got going on. A lot of UV blockers in it. Then you give this roughly about an hour. Then you can go ahead and lay your top coat. What your top coat's going to do is it's going to add your hydrophobics to it. But don't chase the hydrophobics in a coating. And the reason I say that, hydrophobics are the cool factors in your coatings. They don't give you the toughness of what your base does. So that's why we run a 2-step, a base and a top coat. So if your top coat starts to degrade a little bit, you start to lose your hydrophobics, you know she's going to start hitting your base. So we've got quite a few vehicles out there. The base coat has lasted 320,000 K. Those are the ones we've tested on the semis. We've tested them on aircrafts, the whole 9 yards. So what we're going to do, these coatings will be for sale to the general public. You can order them. They're going to come in either 100 mil or a 50 mil bottle. Your hard body, which is your base coat, your 50 mil is going to run you at 130 bucks for the base coat. You'll still get your hydrophobics with it too, just not as much as the top coat. 150 mil bottle will do the average pickup truck twice. So if you really want to hammer it with coatings, you can lay 2 coatings on it. Give yourself about an hour in between your coatings. If you want them to last super longer, not worry about your cure time, you can run an IR heater on them. Don't take them over about 40 degrees. So when you put your IR heater on them to bake them, keep it at about 40 Celsius, 15 minutes. And then your coatings are basically all cured. Still a safety thing, don't try and wash them with aggressive soaps for at least a week. The top coat for the 50 mil is gonna run you about 95 bucks. That one you can layer on. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead here real quick. This here's my personal truck. We hit a moose with it, so it's a good example of what we can and can't do. Kind of break some rules. If you put the top coat on a little sooner, is it gonna wreck it? No. It's just better to err on the side of caution when you're laying your top coat so you get the best out of your coatings that you purchased. So you give them a shake. This is your 100 ml bottle. Give it a little shake. We'll stir around. The top coat, it goes on really simple, just like the base coat. You want to keep your temperatures around 20 degrees, 15 degrees, all the way up to 30s. Just don't do it in direct sunlight. See, got pretty wet. Just literally put her on. Make sure you got a nice even coverage going on it. You'll see it already starts to flash off. This is a super fast flashing coating. And the reason it's done like that is that way you can just keep on moving and not worry about it. You don't have to sit there and go, oh, should I wipe it off already? No, just wipe them off right quick. Same procedure, just give her a good buff. And you'll see when you miss a spot, it'll kind of stand out. Don't panic, just go over it a little bit. You can still see your high spot. Grab the coatings, give it a quick dab, go back over it again. And then your high spots will disappear. So the top coat, you've seen it go a full 1.5 years with maintenance. And what I mean by maintenance, when you run the Brakin 8 graphene coatings, is you will need to do a hand wash. Basically, generally what you would do is take an acidic wash I like to use from Labo Cosmetica. You wash your vehicle down with the foam cannon. Then you fucking grab your bucket, your wash mitt, just go over it real quick, rinse it, and what you're gonna be left with is your coatings back around again. So that's as quick and easy to lay the Brakin 8 spray graphene, and you'll get a ton of protection out of it. And that's just Is it going to stop every nick and scratch? No. There isn't a coating in the world going to stop you from scratching the living snot out of it. Anybody that says there is, they're kind of basically blowing smoke up your arse, because if we never had a coating failure, it is what it is. They wear off. Your clear coat's going to fail. So if we had a clear coat technology that said guaranteed for life, there'd never be any coatings. All your coatings are going to do is be your sacrificial layer and protection before you hit your clear coat. So I hope that makes sense. If you're looking for coatings, we can definitely hook you up. We start selling them this week here. Send me a message and we'll get them shipped out to you. Stay tuned, more to come.